All right, let's get to the last topic for now until we and then we'll do the questions. So speaking of, we have some more stuff with where is it? Where did it go? There it is. We were talking about some Marvel stuff before, and next year's gonna be pretty big, and you got Doomsday coming out. And we knew that Channing Tatum had been cast as Gambit. They're finally bringing Gambit in and into the, I guess, larger MCU, of course, in Deadpool and Wolverine. Channing Tatum has confirmed he'll be dialing down his Cajun accent as Gambit in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday at Marvel Studios. He finally got to play the role in Deadpool and Wolverine last summer, his take being an instant scene stealer and quickly led him to joining the Avengers cast lineup. Part of the fun in Deadpool and Wolverine was that the accent was so thick that Deadpool couldn't understand barely anything he said. Now, speaking with Variety while promoting Roofman, Tatum said his take on the character is quite different in Doomsday. He confirmed that he's not going full Cajun, adding that the Marvel execs really had to wrap their mind around the accent and how people are going to understand him. He also indicates he's going to get serious in the movie. Directors Anthony and Joe Russo want things to be funny, but they don't want to go full Deadpool. They want to keep the drama and keep it tight. When Gambit gets serious, when he drops the Mardi Gras mask, things do matter. Tatum's stunt double was involved in much of the filming as Tatum injured his leg early into filming and could only do a limited amount of action. He also confirmed he has a big fight with Dr. Doom in the film, which has been shooting since April. I love this story. You cannot take the tone and characters in how they're portrayed in Deadpool for a full movie in something like the Avengers Doomsday and have him cracking these jokes. And every time he comes on board, you're going, oh, here comes another comic bit. Like, you can't change Deadpool. Deadpool's always going to be Deadpool, but
Yeah.
you can change a version and a variant version of Gambit that it's more serious and let him shine a little bit. Channing Tatum's another guy who's improved dramatically from when he started to where he is now. He'll pull this off, I think.
I disagree with you in the sense that I've thought he came with it ever since Step Up. He
Okay,
had all the early starts since Step Up, and ever since then, I appreciate his work on screen. Gambit was hysterical. I think it's totally in the range of the writer and the director to tweak a character depending on the tone of a movie, and that doesn't change, that's not like outside the rules, and I think that's actually a smart way to play with characters. I think that makes total sense. Anytime Gambit was on screen, it was actually hysterical. Like, even when I think about him, his lines, it makes me laugh. I hope that they have a little bit, like, kind of more of I would say, like, Iron Man type humor where it's like he gets serious when he needs to, but when there's a time for like a good joke, then that would be nice to have it. But seems like Doomsday is going to be a more serious tone anyways, and I think it's a great story just hearing that they're respecting the tone of this certain movie and they're not trying to go too Marvel humory for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, Russo's always did a good job, I thought, of adding humor in when it was necessary in their movies. I think it worked
Yeah.
in Civil War, it worked in Infinity War and in Endgame, and like little things. And they usually relied on Downey for a lot of it too. Although Thor had a lot of stuff, but I think they need to get away from Thor being a comedic character. But there's tons of other characters they can use for comedic stuff, and I think it'll work fine. But I think we need to see a version of Gambit where you don't want, because the other thing you don't want to do is he's only been at Taylor Kitsch before him, and then they did such a great job with him on Xmen 97 that you want to be able to show the audience that's getting familiar with him like what he really could be about,
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gambit's awesome in the series. So it is true. It's like I feel like there was a lot. Gambit was divisive in Deadpool, even considering the tone, which was kind of surprising to me, but I understand because humor is so subjective. And so it didn't work for some people. And I feel like his character every time before had more range and depth to it. So I feel like it's smart to introduce him kind of in that way where it's more digestible, more usable in terms of his powers and wanting him around for certain scenes.
Yeah. So what do you guys think overall when it comes to this story and when it comes to Gambit? You think that this is a good choice? Should have been somebody altogether? What say you? This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. So you and I make decisions every day, but PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. That's what we want. Don't miss any of the excitement this season. Go to PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. So, football coming up. For me, I know sometimes I should wait with the Giants, but I'm always looking for that magic, and they're gonna bring it this year. So for me, that's what I'm always looking at. I'm always looking at the Giants and looking for things that can happen. And for me, I have been very beneficial with certain things when it comes to PrizePicks. It's pretty fun. It's simple, to be honest with you. And you can highlight some of your favorite players, and it's pretty great. So you can do something, whether it's, hey, so-and-so is going to have more or less than one rushing touchdowns. There's going to be more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns. So, and you can pick the player and you can go that way. It's pretty amazing. So PrizePicks, it's simple to play. You just pick more or less on, 2 to 6 players, stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today and use that code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it is good to be right.